dirt farming dirt bag.
So I'm sure you'll start to notice that the videos will get a little bit shorter. So I might start double them up and give you a bench and a squat day or bench and a pull day. But that's mainly because as you get closer to a meet, you drop the volume and you increase the intensity. So you're not going to have as many sets in there as you normally would. So there's obviously not going to be as much footage. But for some reason, that seems to elude some of the coaches out there about volume-based training and being able to lower the volume, lower the frequency as you get closer to the meet and as you raise the intensity in order for you to peak for a meet. I'm a firm believer in volume, and I'm a firm believer in frequency when it comes to off-season work, when it comes to different types of phases. But as you progress into a peaking phase and into a meet, you really want to focus on dropping the volume, not necessarily number of reps a lot of times, getting into the doubles and triples and singles. You want to stay around that, but you want to drop the amount of sets that you're doing per heavy load as well. And that's just a good way to kind of dial in technique, minimize fatigue, minimize any injuries, and to really focus on lifting the most amount of weight as possible for that given day. And that's the whole point of peaking. That's the whole point of a meet, is to be able to lift the most weight as possible. It's not really to create more fatigue going into the meet. You're supposed to reduce fatigue going into the meet so that you can peak and lift the most weight as humanly possible, right? If you think about it in layman terms, if you're working overtime and you do that 5 days in a row, you're gonna eventually get more and more tired, and you're not gonna perform the same each and every day as the days go on. Same thing with training. The more and more you put in volume-wise, the more tired you're gonna become, so the less you're gonna be able to perform on that given day come meet day. So you want to allow your body, find time to recover, recoup, so that you can get stronger going into the meet and so that you can get healthier going into the meet. And that's just a few of the things you want to focus on as the meet gets closer, is to reduce fatigue, reduce volume, up intensity, up specificity. Like anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks out, your specificity should be at an all-time high, meaning you're doing competition pauses, you're doing competition squats, and you're doing your competition pulls with very, very small, minute variations. This is not the time to get fancy and do a whole bunch of fancy things that you're not used to doing, throwing in different accessories, throwing in different movements. This is where you really want to focus on becoming the best power lifter possible, and that's by doing the competition lifts. So that's kind of where all the training is these days, is competition lifts, smaller windows as far as filming goes, and that's why the videos are a little bit shorter. Came home to some awesome care packages from my two sponsors, Donuts and Deadlifts. Make sure you guys go check them out. Use Tony Montgomery Jr. for 15% off. And then of course Slingshot, the best products on the market for powerlifting. They sent me some protein and they sent me some knee sleeves. So make sure you guys check out those two sponsors, and also make sure that you like, subscribe, and share the video. Make sure you share it with those coaches that think that high volume going into a meet is a good idea. Until next time, guys, see you.